All right, so for our last story today, I want to talk about a bit of a controversial opinion I have. But first I want to introduce our subject. I want to talk about George Anthony Katarovich Zabrowski DeVolder Santos. I think I got all the names. George Anthony Katarovich Zabrowski DeVolder Santos. There we go. Yes. Is he the worst liar potentially in politics? Yeah, probably. But here's my unpopular take. You ready? I don't care. So here's the I don't care, guys. All politicians lie. Okay? They say they're going to do things, they don't do them. They say they're going to fight for things, they don't fight for them. The question becomes, and they say, here's where I think it actually gets really interesting, okay? The question actually is less, do we want liars to be in government? It's more the question of how many lies or what caliber of lies are we comfortable with as a populace, right? Are we comfortable with someone saying they're going to fight for something that they never fight for? Are we comfortable with someone saying they achieved something that they never achieved? How many achievements puts us over that limit where we're just no longer comfortable? This is a super interesting experiment. I almost wonder, it's like, it's super fascinating to me, right? Because for whatever reason, Trump isn't the limit, right? Like Trump is an acceptable amount of lies. Joe Biden is an acceptable amount of lies. But Santos is not an acceptable amount of lies? Okay, well, he lied about his past, and he lied about all of these other things. And again, it's like, sure, it's bad, but here's the thing, guys. Regardless of who someone says they are in Congress, or when they're running for Congress or whatever they say they're going to fight for, yada, yada, yada. The thing that matters is actually what they do when they're in. And so if you get to a situation where in 2 years, because a congressperson's term is only they have not done any of the things they said they're going to do, then vote them out, right? Because you have an opportunity every 2 years to say, hey, you delivered, or no, you didn't deliver, or whatever it may be. And so I think, honestly, the people of New York should give George Santos a chance. Not that I think he's going to do anything good with that chance, but they elected him, and it's going to be really hard to get him out of there, especially because he sucked up to Kevin McCarthy, and he's, kind of virtue signaling about some of the things that Republicans tend to love. So now, voted for whom we're like, I'm not really sure about this whole George Santos guy, or Zabrowski guy, or whatever you want to call him. We just kind of need to wait it out and see what happens, okay? And by the way, let this be a lesson, one, to the New York Times. Do your research ahead of time. Put out your exposés ahead of time. It is no use. It is no good to us to put out an exposé once the candidate's already elected and going to get seated. Come on. To the people, right? We need, as a society, to pay more attention, better attention to who our elected officials are, to who they say they are, to who they actually are, to how they vote. 3, other elected officials have to hold each other accountable. If you don't like the fact, and there was this whole big this stink between Mitt Romney and George Santos at the State of the Union. Okay, well, Mitt Romney has some sway with Republicans in the House. Get a vote on kicking him out of Congress, or get some votes to kick him off his committee assignments. There is so much that we can learn from the George Santos saga that I'm not super mad at it. Okay, now I get it. If you're in his district and you thought you were getting one thing and you're not getting it, I hear you. But at the same time, we need to remember that no politicians are honest, and that we have to be much more articulate as a population about what threshold of goodness and honesty that we're willing to tolerate. Because we've already said that we are willing to put virulent, terrible liars in the halls of power. That's nothing new. And if we're really so outraged about that, and we really want to change that really badly, then the thing that we have to do is we have to do our homework on our candidates. We have to take more time when we vote for people. Now, look, I get it, right? People are working multiple jobs. It's very difficult to participate, yada, yada, yada. I'm not discounting any of that, guys, all right? I'm well aware. But the point is, it's no good getting mad after the fact that he's a total fraud, because we elect total frauds all the time. And sometimes we don't get a choice, but sometimes we do. And with George Santos, there was a choice, and we made it, and now I got to stick with that for 2 years. So, sorry, New York, that you have a terrible lying representative, but you only have to deal with him for 2 years, and then you can vote him out. So my advice, vote him out. Time will come soon enough.
Thank you so much for watching this video from Let Them Eat Bread. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitch and on Facebook, where announcements about our page are kept. We make videos every week, and you can find all of our videos at youtube.com/LetThemEatBread. Thanks again, and see you next time.